take it from the hood. Yes, let's do that. Hey guys, look, you guys don't know me, it's cool, but you will. Oh man, there's nowhere I can sit here. There's like wet spots. Anyway, I don't even have a set. We're just gonna talk, guys. Do you guys want to hear about the time I accidentally gave a hooker a orgasm in Vegas, or do you want to hear where I almost had to sleep with a homeless guy a couple of days ago in Maui? Which one do you want to hear about? We're not gonna have time for both. We're not gonna get through for either one of these. So seriously, show of hands. Who want
Maui.
Vegas versus Maui?
Vegas.
Vegas!
Okay, fine. I think it's Vegas. The Maui story just happened, but you guys would be sorry you missed it. Okay, so a few years ago I was here, and my girlfriend broke up with me on the way here, like literally in the plane, and she already had another guy here. So we got off the plane, I went to the Hooters Hotel, which is now the Oyo, which stands for On Your Own. True story, which means if you lose your money. But anyway, so I was at the Oyo Hooters Hotel, and I was sitting there, and I didn't realize there was a girl looking at me. And in Vegas, if a girl is looking at you, and you look down, because you're polite, and you look back up at her, and she's still looking at you, apparently she's a hooker, because she was really pretty, and she was a black girl, and usually black girls don't find me attractive. So I'm like, hey, I did have sex with that girl right after we broke up. That's a long story. My girlfriend broke up with me a couple days ago, my recent one, but that's the Maui story, so yeah, fuck you. Anyway, I'm at this bar, this girl's looking at me, I'm looking at her, and I go sit by her, and she starts talking to me, and she's being really sweet and really nice, and I'm like, hey, I must be very handsome this evening, because I was getting drunk. And she's like, why don't we go up to your room? I'm like, cool, all right. So she goes, how much money you got? I'm like, that's really weird. I didn't know she was a hooker. I didn't. And so I got $40. And she's like, oh, okay. I said, you want some chicken wings later? Because we're at the Hooters Hotel. And she goes, okay. So we go up to my room. And again, I don't know that she's a hooker, right? Oh, by the way, Gabe, when you have to come up here with the flashing light, just jump up and down because I'll keep fucking talking forever. Okay, so anyway, this lady, we went up to my room and, we got to sex really quickly, but again, didn't know she was a hooker. So we're having sex, and again, not knowing that she is a hooker, I went down on her. Okay, so I went down on her and I gave her an orgasm. I absolutely did, and it wasn't like she was faking it because she had no reason to. So she's lying there, and like out of breath, and I'm looking at her, I'm like, what's up? She goes, you gave me an orgasm. I'm like, yeah, I'm a guy, cool. And she goes, okay, so what about you? I'm like, no, I'm good. So she's just staring at me, and I'm like, okay, well, do you want to go get chicken wings now? And she goes, okay. And I go, okay, here's $40, go get them. And she never came back, but she didn't. This is a true story, guys, I'm so sorry. So anyway, wait, how much time I got left? Because I can tell you to start the Maui story real quick. Okay, just whenever you guys flash me, I'll be done. Okay, so, all right, a few days ago, so Thursday, my girlfriend broke up with me. My bodybuilder girlfriend, beautiful Philippine girlfriend. Yeah, let's hear for getting broken up with. What the fuck? No, anyway, but I thought, well, so this is Wednesday. Thursday, I go to the airport. I fly standby because my parents work for the airlines. I'm not rich. So anyway, I go there, and I'm like, I'm going to go to Vegas. I'm going to do some stand-up. Makes me feel better. I don't want to sit home being upset about my girlfriend who just broke up with me. So I go to the airport, and I get bumped. And if anybody ever flies standby, you know what I mean. I got bumped, and I'm like, shit, I'm not going to Vegas. And I look up, I'm like, hey, there's a flight to Maui. Fuck yeah. So I went to Maui. And then I go to Maui, and I don't have any money. It's a long story. So I go to Maui, and I go to a hostel, and they were. So I went there. It was $69. I paid to sleep in a tent. So the next day, I go off in Maui, and, oh, God, I got to get to the point of the story about the homeless guy. So, sorry, there's so much that happened. You guys are going to have to find me another set somewhere so I can continue this story. So anyway, I'm out in Maui. Nobody knows I'm there. I don't have any money. I have a car. They gave me a fucking convertible, which, by the way, I don't ever want a fucking convertible again. Because if some girl steals your keys, this is what happens. Some girl steals your keys and is going to rip you off, and you don't have your keys, and you end up walking around Maui with no money, and then you end up talking to a homeless guy. Anyway, I bought him a pizza. Because a homeless guy, I didn't know he was homeless because I was high. I'm sorry, boo, right? So I was high. Yeah, boo, fuck. Okay, my light's flashing. I got a minute. Anyway, so I met this homeless guy. I bought him a pizza because he was really sweet. He was a pepperoni pineapple pizza. I went to 3 places looking for a pineapple pepperoni pizza for this guy, right? I gave it to him. He was so fucking happy. I didn't know he was homeless. I'm like, are you going to be here later? He's like, yeah. So I got video of this guy, Captain Phil. He's amazing, a wonderful guy. But later I lost my keys because that's a whole story. This girl who was flirting with me but wanted my keys. Long story. Somewhere else. Anyway, so I didn't have my keys all night. I ended up shoeless. I was homeless myself, and I thought about going back to Captain Phil, the homeless guy, and saying, sir, And I went back to him earlier, and he stood up, and I go, where are my keys? He goes, I didn't find them. Do you want me to hold them for you? I'm like, you don't understand, Captain Phil. I can't find them. So I almost went back to Captain Phil, and he would have watched me while I slept. So I almost slept with a homeless guy in Maui for protection. And that's my set. My name is Epic Zen. Thank you, everybody.